Beloved child of everlasting light, open the depths of your spirit and receive. For what heaven has declared about you cannot be undone, and I, as a messenger from the throne of the Eternal, have been entrusted to carry this truth directly into your heart. God is moving with a swiftness beyond natural comprehension. His hand has reached into the very fabric of your life, pulling threads together in ways unseen, aligning moments you thought were wasted into patterns of divine brilliance. Hear me clearly. The doors that stood locked for years are now responding to the command of heaven. They are not quietly creaking open, but bursting wide as gates flung by the force of holy fire. This is not a small motion. This is a supernatural disruption of everything that held you back. You have arrived at the threshold of a divine shift, and nothing will remain as it was before. There is a reason why your spirit is stirred as you read these words. There is a reason why chills ripple across your body, or tears come without warning. It is because you are not encountering simple words. You are standing under prophecy, under the living breath of heaven that is speaking directly into your soul. This is not a coincidence. You were divinely drawn here so that you could hear the announcement. The long waiting season is over, and the unlocking of blessings is rushing to meet you. Your prayers have been heard in their entirety. Every whisper, every cry, every groan of exhaustion in the quiet hours, none has been lost. They have traveled as precious incense into God's chamber, and now his answer is breaking forth like lightning. Child, do not mistake the delay you experienced as silence. The waiting was for refining, the pauses were for strengthening, the setbacks were for redirection. Even when you thought doors were slammed in your face, it was heaven turning you away from paths too small for your destiny, pointing you toward something so much bigger than you dared to imagine. You stand now, not at the end of wasted years, but at the beginning of transformation. The years you thought were stolen from you are being redeemed, folded into blessings multiplied. Nothing was lost in his sight. Miracles are no longer distant. They are gathering around your life like clouds pregnant with rain. The blessings of heaven are not trickling slowly. They are pouring with unstoppable momentum. Peace for your restless thoughts, strength for your weary body, restoration for relationships you believed were permanently fractured, financial freedom where chains of poverty tried to hold you prisoner, and joy that will make your spirit dance again. This is not the writing of ink that fades. This is the engraving of eternal fire upon your being, a testimony that will never be erased. You have been chosen for this very moment of unveiling. Your words of agreement are essential in this season. When you speak, heaven listens. Every simple amen carries weight in the unseen. Echoing is a key that unlocks chambers overflowing with the gifts already bearing your name. Faith is a living sound, and heaven responds to it instantly. Numbers you are drawn to in the spirit carry confirmation of your alignment. Numbers like 1,000, 111 pointing to divine doors, 222 pointing to heavenly partnership, 777 pointing to the completeness of divine favor, 999 pointing to cycles ending and new beginnings dawning. These are not coincidences but signatures on heaven's decree for your life. I've seen your sorrows, beloved. You walked nights where no one was present to hear your heart break. You wore silent tears like invisible clothing, believing no one saw. Yet in those very dark hours, angels were beside you. You may not have felt their wings, but they whispered life when shadows tried to convince you to give up. Every tear you released has been preserved. Every cry has been recorded. Every sigh has been treasured. They are presented now as power transformed by God into blessings overflowing. You will see the reversal. You will live to hold in your hands the answer to your tears. Do not let the shadow of doubt convince you that your moment has slipped through your fingers, that your weariness or brokenness has disqualified you from the divine timing of your Creator. No, beloved, you are precisely where you are meant to be. The rhythm of heaven's clock has not faltered, nor has it overlooked you. His timing has cradled you through every storm, every moment of despair, every whisper of fear that you were too late or too lost. His love has been the unseen current guiding you through turbulent waters, even when his voice seemed silent. Know this: he was never absent. In the moments you felt abandoned, he was weaving a tapestry of grace so intricate, so purposeful that it defies human understanding. His promises are not fleeting wishes, they are eternal covenants, unbreakable and unshakable, stretching across the expanse of time to meet you exactly where you stand. This moment you're stepping into is not a mere coincidence or a fleeting opportunity, it is a divine appointment. The door now opening before you is not a small crevice or a narrow passage. It is vast, expansive, and radiant. Larger than the dreams you dared to dream and richer than the visions your imagination could conjure. This door is not simply a means to fulfill what you perceive as lack in your life, whether it be provision, love, or purpose. No, it is far greater. It is a gateway designed to transform the very essence of who you are, to expand your spirit, to reshape your identity into one that reflects the fullness of heaven's intention for you. Where shame once cast its heavy shadow over your heart, a new freedom will rise, echoing through your soul like a song of deliverance. Where fear once confined your thoughts, courage will take root, blooming into boldness. Where you once felt small, insignificant, or overlooked, God is raising you into a stature that commands attention, not for your glory but for His. The weight of heaviness that has clung to you like a second skin is being lifted, replaced by the shining garments of His joy, wrapping you in a radiance that others will see and marvel at, declaring, "Surely, God is faithful." In the unseen realms, chains are already breaking. Can you sense it? The atmosphere around you is shifting. The sound of release is reverberating through your spirit, a holy resonance that drowns out the lies of the enemy, those voices that mocked your worth, those doubts that gnawed at your faith, those people who dismissed your potential. They are being silenced by the overwhelming truth of heaven's decree. The snares set against you, whether by circumstance, betrayal, or your own inner struggles, are being consumed by a holy fire. What the enemy intended to destroy you has been transformed into a divine setup, a stage upon which God's power will be displayed. Heaven has spoken over you. The child I tested will now be blessed. This is not a suggestion or possibility, it is a final, unassailable decree, sealed by the authority of the One who holds all things together. No force in heaven or on earth can tear it down. This door before you is not a mere entryway. It is a gateway to generational blessing, a portal through which the abundance of God will flow not only to you, but to those tied to your destiny. It is a door of provision, bringing sustenance to you and those you love, meeting needs in ways that will leave you in awe of His faithfulness. It is a door of reconciliation, where broken relationships, fractured dreams, and wounded hearts will find restoration, not just for you, but for many whose stories are woven into yours. It is a door of healing radiating outward like light piercing a darkened land, touching lives far beyond your own. This is a door of wholeness, a door of streams, a door of fullness prepared by the hands of heaven since the moment you took your first breath. It has been shaped, refined, and aligned with the unique contours of your life, and now it stands wide open, inviting you to step through. Some of you, even as you read these words, are feeling the confirmation of heaven in your physical body. That warmth spreading through your chest, that trembling on your skin, that sudden wave of peace washing over you. These are not random sensations, they are the nearness of His Spirit, signaling the truth of this moment. Do not dismiss these signs as mere coincidence or emotion. They are heaven's way of awakening your awareness, stirring your spirit to recognize the divine visitation unfolding before you. Respond to it, speak your agreement aloud, declare your trust in the one who has opened this door. Your words carry weight in the spiritual realm. The angels are listening, recording your statements of faith in their scrolls, marking them as a testimony of your trust. Your voice is powerful. Use it boldly. Say, I receive this promise. I trust my Father's timing. I step into my destiny. These declarations are not empty words. They are seeds planted in eternity, multiplying the power released on your behalf. The adversary has worked tirelessly to convince you that you were forgotten, that your prayers were unheard, that your cries bounced against a cold, indifferent sky. But he is a liar and his voice has been silenced. Heaven has kept a meticulous record of every tear you've shed, every prayer you've whispered, every moment you chose to trust despite the pain. The Father has been near all along, leaning close, His ear attuned to your heart. Behind the veil of what you could not see, He was crafting this door, sanding its edges, aligning its hinges, ensuring it fits perfectly with the unique shape of your life and calling. No human hand can take credit for what is unfolding. This is unmistakably the work of God. His glory alone will shine through the blessings that are about to pour forth, a radiant display of His faithfulness that will leave no room for doubt. Rise, beloved. Stand tall in this moment. Lift your voice with unshakable confidence. Do not allow doubt, that thief of blessings, to creep into your heart and steal what God has prepared. Speak aloud, I receive my open door. I receive my flood of blessings. I trust my Father fully. As you declare these truths, the heavens take note. Your words are like sparks that ignite the flames of divine power already burning on your behalf. The angels partner with your declarations and your yes and amen. Add fuel to the fire of God's promises. This is not a moment to shrink back or hesitate. It is a moment to step forward to claim what has been prepared for you, to walk boldly into the new season that awaits. But know this, the blessings flowing through this door are not meant for you to hoard. You have been chosen not to collect treasures for yourself, but to become a living floodgate of heaven's goodness into the world. You are called to be light in the darkest valleys, healing in the midst of sickness, joy in the face of despair. Your overflow is not for you alone. It is the Father's way of reaching others through you. This door has been opened now because you are ready to carry it. Your spirit has been refined in the fires of trial, your heart has been positioned to give generously, and your voice is prepared to speak encouragement and hope to those who need it. You're becoming a beacon, set high on a hill, shining as a testimony of God's faithfulness for all to see. Rejoice and rejoice again. Let your joy be deep, rooted in the unshakable truth of heaven, not in the fleeting circumstances of this world. Release every trace of fear, it no longer has a claim on you. Take bold steps forward, for the ground ahead has been cleared by unseen hands. Lift the song of your spirit, for heaven itself is celebrating with you. This is your new time, the season of heaviness has ended, and the door of destiny stands wide open before you. In its light you will walk as a living testimony of all that God is faithful, loving, and true. The moment has arrived, not as a sudden shock of light, but as the gentle, inevitable dawn after a long and watchful night. It is a culmination, a divine convergence where the patient, silent workings of heaven finally break into the visible realm. The heavens themselves have shifted, not with a cataclysmic shudder, but with the precise, graceful turn of a key in a long-locked gate. And now, those gates stand open. They are not merely ajar, they are thrown wide, an invitation etched in eternity. From within, a flood is released. Not a torrent that threatens to overwhelm, but a powerful, gracious current of blessings, of purpose, of long-awaited promises finally finding their home in the soil of your life. This is the new season, its fragrance carried on this divine wind, and it is here now. For you, beloved child of God, the invitation is not to peer cautiously from a distance but to step through. This step requires a conscious, willful release of the past. Do not look back. The path that stretches before your feet is not merely lit by the sun, it is radiant with the very glory of God. A luminescence that casts no shadow of doubt or fear. It is a path that leads forward, not in a meandering, uncertain way, but directly into a future so rich with meaning, so saturated with divine purpose, that its echoes will reverberate through the corridors of eternity. Your story, which you may have chapters of perceived failure, of detours and heartache, is being reframed in this moment. It was never a story of missed opportunities or irretrievably broken dreams. From the divine perspective, it has always been a story of meticulous, divine timing. It is the narrative of a God who never once failed you, even in the silence, and of a love so persistent, so unwavering, that it has carried you, sometimes against the tide of your own despair, to this very threshold. The door is open. It is a gift, not a test. It is yours to walk through. To mistake this for a simple turn of good fortune would be to misunderstand its profound significance. This is not a small thing. The weight of this moment carries the density of eternity itself. The door before you is not a temporary fix, a fleeting stroke of luck, or a momentary reprieve from difficulty. It is a divine threshold, a sacred passage constructed by the hand of God to transition you from a life of promise, awaited, to a life of promise inhabited. It is an entrance into existence that more accurately reflects the fullness of God's original intention for you. A life of wholeness, of shalom. The abundance that lies beyond is not merely, or even primarily, material provision. It is a deeper, more lasting richness. The spiritual abundance of feeling His presence nearer than your next breath. The relational abundance of healed fractures and restored connections. The abundance of a purpose not just understood but fulfilled and flourishing. Promises of God are not fragile things. easily shattered by changing circumstances or human frailty. They are forged in the fire of his unchanging nature, hammered on the anvil of his faithfulness, and they are at this very moment being fulfilled in you. The heavens are not passive observers, they are active, a divine command center orchestrating the alignment of circumstances, the breaking of barriers that have stood for decades, the lifting of obstacles that have blocked your way, and the opening of pathways so ingenious and unexpected that no human hand could ever have manipulated them into being. What you are stepping into is not the earned reward of your striving, the trophy for your perfect performance, or the wage for your merit. It is the breathtaking result of his faithfulness, his covenant love, his unrelenting stubborn commitment to you. In such a moment of profound transition, it is wise to anticipate the counter-move of the adversary. Do not be surprised then if the enemy of your soul tries one last, desperate time to whisper doubt into your heart. He will hiss, trying to remind you of past failures, of moments when you fell short, of seasons where your faith was small, and your fear was large. He will try to replay the tapes of your unworthiness, highlighting every stain and every stumble. But you must recognize his voice for what it is, a lie with no authority in this holy space. The truth of heaven, a roaring waterfall of grace, drowns out his pathetic whispers. The Father himself has declared you worthy. This worthiness is not a grade on your report card. It is not based on your perfection, your piety, or your performance. It is based solely, completely, and overwhelmingly on his love. The blood of Jesus Christ has covered every stain, atoned for every mistake, and become your strength in every moment of weakness. You are not approaching this door as a broken vessel, hoping to hide your cracks. You are stepping through as a redeemed child of God, cleansed, restored, and whole. You are clothed in a righteousness that is not your own, it is His. You are crowned with a favor you did not earn, it is a gift. The enemy's accusations are empty, powerless, and void in the face of heaven's eternal verdict, which has already been spoken over you. You are chosen, you are beloved. You are destined for greatness in His kingdom. As you cross this threshold, your spiritual eyes will begin to adjust to the new light, and you will see the evidence of God's handiwork unfolding all around you. You will witness situations that seemed permanently impossible, resolve in ways that defy human logic and explanation. You will see relationships that were strained to the point of breaking, find a new life, a new tenderness, and a forgiveness that could only be divine. You will watch as dreams that you had mourned and buried, dreams that seemed dead and dry, are resurrected, infused with the very breath of heaven, coming to life in ways more magnificent than you had originally imagined. Understand this clearly. This is not a season of striving, of grinding your teeth and trying to make it happen. It is a season of receiving. The hard work, the fierce battling, the costly victory, it has already been accomplished in the unseen realms by Christ Jesus. The decisive battles have been fought and won on the cross and in the empty tomb. The victories have been secured. Your role now is not to fight for victory but to walk forward in faith from a place of victory. Your part is to trust that the one who went to such extravagant lengths to open this door for you will most certainly guide you through it. He has not brought you through valleys of shadow, through deserts of thirst, and through storms of confusion, only to abandon you now on the precipice of your promise. He has not orchestrated the opening of this door, only to allow it to slam shut. His promises are sure, anchored in His character. His plans are perfect, woven with wisdom beyond our own. His love for you is unending. A current that will carry you through this door, and forever onward. For some, this moment is accompanied by a distinct and undeniable stirring in the spirit. A quickening. A sense of holy anticipation, that this is unlike any other moment you have experienced. That stirring is not a product of your imagination. It is the Spirit of God Himself, moving within the depths of your being, awakening you to the monumental reality of what is transpiring. Do not ignore this sacred nudge. Do not dismiss it as mere emotionalism or wishful thinking. It is the voice of heaven, a personal call from your Father, summoning you to step into the destiny for which you were created. This divine invitation requires a response. Respond with faith, even if it is faith the size of a mustard seed. Give voice to your agreement. Speak it aloud. Declare into the atmosphere, I am ready. I receive all that God has for me. I trust His plan and His timing. Your words are not empty sounds. They are powerful, carrying the weight of heaven's authority. They are the conduits of your faith. As you speak them, you align your will with the will of God, and the angelic hosts move, the heavens respond, and the mighty power of God is released in a fresh way to bring His promises to fruition in your life. And remember this door, this moment, this blessing. It is not just for you. Your life is not an isolated story. This threshold you cross is a portal for your entire lineage. It is for those connected to you, for your family, your friends, and for the generations that will follow you. The blessings that flow through this door and into your life will not stop with you. They will ripple outward like waves from a stone cast into a pond, bringing healing, hope, and restoration to places and people you could not have imagined. You are not merely a passive recipient of God's goodness, you are an active, living conduit of it. Your life, transformed by this grace, will become a walking testimony, a living proof that God is faithful, that His timing is perfect even when it seems slow, and that His love never, ever fails. Others will look at the transformation in you, at the peace that guards your heart, at the joy that fuels your journey, and they will see the hand of God at work. They will hear your story and find the courage to trust Him with their own. They will witness your journey from the ashes of pain into the glorious fullness of His promises. And they will know, with a certainty that defies argument, that the same is possible for them. So lift your eyes, beloved, lift them higher than the dust of yesterday's disappointments, higher than the shadows of what has been lost, and higher than the voices that once told you it could never happen for you. Lift them beyond the familiar ground of your own limitations, for you were never meant to dwell in the low places of despair. You were created for elevation, for breakthrough, for a story that shines with the fingerprints of God Himself. Do not let the echoes of your past dictate the rhythm of your future. Your Father is calling you to raise your gaze, to see beyond the veil of what has been, and to behold the glorious horizon of what is now unfolding. Before you stands a door, not just any door, but the very one you have prayed for, the one heaven has prepared in secret for this very moment. Look closely at it, see how it is not shut, not locked, not hidden. It is wide open as an invitation, wide open as a declaration, wide open as a sign that your waiting season has served its purpose, and that the time of fulfillment has arrived. This door is not merely an escape from the old, it is an entrance into the new. It glows with the radiance of God's presence, a light that no darkness can dim, a promise that no power of hell can revoke. Step through it, step through boldly, not in fear but in faith, and as you step, know this: you do not step alone. The one who opened this door for you has already gone ahead. His footsteps are the path beneath your feet. His spirit is the voice guiding you through every twist and turn. His love is the shield that guards you from what seeks to harm. You are not being sent, you are being led. Every step you take is secured by His providence. Every move is watched over by His unshakable hand. Let go now of the past. Raise its regrets, its resentments, its wounds that whisper to you in the dark. The weight you've carried is too heavy for the journey ahead, and your Father never meant for you to bear it forever. Release it. Unclench your hands from what was, so they can be open to receive what is coming. The future that awaits you is not bound by yesterday's failures. It is wrapped in divine possibility, marked by heavenly promises and secured by the covenant of God's unfailing love. This is your moment. Not tomorrow, not tomorrow, not someday, now. The heavens themselves are declaring it. The angels are rejoicing over it. And your Father, the King of Glory, is watching with infinite delight, seeing His beloved child step forward in trust. The long season of waiting, of hiddenness, of wondering if your prayers were heard, is finally over. The new season, the season of blessing, of purpose, of divine fulfillment, has already begun. Step through, beloved. Step through the door, and let the unending light of heaven guide your path forevermore.